Hello everyone, and welcome to the lecture on regular expressions. In this lecture, we look at the methods in the RE module. Okay, the first method we will look at is the search method. Okay, the search method looks for a match of the pattern anywhere in the string. Let's look at an example. Before we can use the methods in the RE module, we need to import the module itself. And we do that by typing import space RE. And then we can simply say RE dot name of the method search. And then in parentheses we pass R and then whatever string pattern we want to look for and where we are looking. Okay, so R here means it's simply a row string, meaning it doesn't interpret the backslash character as an escape character. That's what R means. R does not interpret the backslash character as an escape. So we'll be using R to find a pattern in our regular expression. Good. Let's look at an example. This is a very beautiful day. And in this string, I want to look for the word is. Okay? So search looks for match of the pattern anywhere in the string. So in this example, I say re.search R, and I pass in the pattern I want to look for. In this case is, and where I'm looking. In the text one object, right? Okay. Run it. I get there is a match at this location. So using the search method, I got a match on this location. And there are certain methods that I can use on the match object. Okay, let me store this result in an object called M. So this object M stores the result of the search pattern. Now I can call different methods on object M. The first method is called the group method, and this method returns the actual match itself. So m.group will return my match is. Another method I have on the object is the start method. This will return the beginning where the match was found. Similarly, I have a method for finding the location where the match ends. m.end. So it starts at location 2 and ends at location 4. And there's another method called span. And this returns the location where the match begins and ends. So location where it starts and location where the match ends. So these are the different methods that I can call on a match object: group, start, end, and span. Good. Let's move on to the second method in the RE module. Let's look at the match method. Unlike the search method, match looks for a match of a given pattern only at the beginning of a string. Okay? So let's look at an example. So in my example above, I can say M is equal to RA dot match instead of search. R, the pattern I want to look for, and where I'm looking at. So text one, run it, and if I print M, I get none. So there was no match. Why is that? That's because match looks for a pattern only at the beginning of a string. So is at the beginning of the string? No. So there is no match for the given pattern. What if I wanna look for th and then run it? Run the cell again. So I got a match of the object at this location, right? That's because th is at the beginning of the string. And then if I can call different methods on my match object. So I can call the the group method, run it, so that gives me the actual match. Similarly, I have the m.start, the location where the match begins, m.end, the location where the match ends, and m.span, the location where the match begins and ends. So 0, 2, and 0, 2. So the match method looks for a match of a given pattern only at the beginning of a string, whereas the search method looks for a match of a given pattern anywhere in a string.